What up? What's going on? What's the deal? Mm, mm. I'll give a little something shared up real quick here. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Get that shared up real quick. All right. Matt, what's up? Good morning, my guy. Good morning. Um, it's been a while. I had a little technical difficulties earlier, man. Little technical difficulties, but I guess it's good now. Yep, back from the break. Um, couple technical difficulties, but I guess, like I said, I guess we're good now. Um, Looked over a few things, fell asleep last night. Anyway it go, we're gonna talk about it. Frenchie, what's up, Frenchie? What's going on, my guy? Franchise. A lot of good pitching today, it definitely is. Definitely some decent pitching today. Hmm, um, let's see. Now we got Steele, we got Nola, yep, Cole, Flaherty. We're gonna get to it in 1 second, franchise for sure. I didn't look at the Miami side really. We'll go through that. San Diego game, I did not look at this game in general. I glanced at this St. Louis game. Baltimore game, I didn't look at it from the Baltimore side, so something we can look at there. Uh, so Cal Country was in the mound, so I didn't know that. So I didn't really in Coors Field. They didn't have pitchers out. So it is what it is with that situation. Need to take a look at this Oakland game. Houston and Boston, I pretty much know where I really want to go at in this one. Okay. So first things first. Let's take a look at the weather real quick. We'll head over here to X. We'll head over here to X, and I'll go to my weather expert. We will go to take a look at the weather real quick. I already know that the weather is pretty decent, but for the sake of everybody else watching this, let's take a look. Arizona, Chicago, light variable wind. St. Louis, Atlanta, a chance for light rain late, likely. San Francisco Giants and Colorado, low chance of a storm causing a delay. Low chance, right? That's important because we know we like to target Colorado, right? So it is what it is in that situation, okay? Um, Now, first, let me see one more thing before I go forward. I had some technical difficulties because I was trying to stream to Twitter as well. I gotta fix that. So I couldn't go live on Twitter right now. All right. So we'll talk about a little bit of pitching. We'll talk about a little bit of batters, and we'll get out of here. Um, First game first is the Arizona Diamondbacks at my Chicago Cubs, right? So at the end of the day, um, we do have Ryan Nelson is still on the mound. Nelson, not one of my favorite pitchers. Taking a look at some of his splits here. I always like to look at splits no matter what. And as we can see, right now, he'll be traveling on the road, which he's pitching his worst on the road, probably to righties, right? With he's holding a 312 batting average to righties, and then on the road right now to lefties, he's got a 216 batting average. Okay, so rolling back here, we'll start going forward. We'll start using this site a little bit more. You know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we will take a look at these Chicago Cubs batters here. Going up against Nelson here. I would probably just take them Now I did have some bats put to the side. I know I did like I was torn, right? But I did like Suzuki here, okay? But you know, I did Hap looked good. Who else? Hap looked good. We did have Michael Bush look good, and I'll show you guys right now so you guys can make a decision for yourselves. But at the end of the day, that's what I was looking at, right? So taking a look at what he's throwing right now to righties would be that fastball, slider, and cutter. So this would be left hand. Nope, this would be right hand hitter versus. Okay, so Ryan Nelson is a righty. So at the end of the day, like I said, I was looking at then Nico Horner. He looked pretty good as well. He doesn't strike out much. His strikeout percentage is going up a little bit, but right now, I can't deny what Seiya Suzuki has been doing. Right, in 43 plate appearances versus this pitch mix with 14 hits, 6 extra base hits, 5 home runs, 12 hard hit, and 7 balls launched, 11% barrel rate. Hard hit percentage is almost at 50. And his fly ball weight is up at 45.5. And then the K percentage is a little bit at average, but it is what it is, right? So I did have Seiya Suzuki penciled in the last month. That's what he's been doing. He's been looking phenomenal versus this pitch mix, right? So the numbers line up. He's a bat that I do like. No matter if he gets there or not, I'll probably be looking to take his hits, runs, RBI, something, anything of that nature, right? Since this game's coming on pretty early, you might get the hits, runs, and RBIs for the Chicago Cubs team on this on FanDuel. And keep in mind, we'll be doing some bankroll builders going forward. FanDuel does give you the ability to take at least one hits, runs, and RBIs. And I do like that. You know what I'm saying? They put a little twist in it. Like right here, they do allow you to take one and two. So you get 2. So I'll be looking at probably the 2.5 for him and a plus 115. I'll lean towards the over. The 1.5, I would use that as a parlay piece at minus 190. So it is what it is. Like I said, I do like Hap. Hap is a guy that I could pretty much get down with, along with Michael Bush, right? So what he's throwing to the lefties right now, probably similar for the fastball, cutter, and changeup. So he right. So so Michael Bush right now, 37 at bats. He did see a lot of a lot of his pitches. He's seen the most. He's got a 297 batting average on that over the course of the last month. 21% K rate. Barrel percentage is around the okay. The line drive is down and the fly ball is okay. Right. So Michael Bush, he's still got a 297 batting average, so you can look at him for hits and things of that nature. Pete Crow Armstrong looks pretty good in that regards. Will strike out along with Ian Happ. What really stood out to Happ? I think it was getting closer in a shorter amount of time. I think Happ started looking better, and that would be within the last 3 weeks. Happ was looking a little bit better, batting 300 versus that Michael Bush, a to 333. So the numbers did look a little bit better coming in closer, right? Cody Bellinger even looked okay in those plate appearances that he had in his last 16. No bombs or nothing like that, but they have been looking pretty good over the last 2 weeks. In his pitch mix, the Cubs, and they've been winning a little bit lately. They've been hitting a little bit better lately, so that just shows you, what they've been doing lately, right? Over the course of a full month, their numbers are pretty much down, but as coming into right now, they have been hitting a little bit better as of late. Tiffany, what's happening, my girl? What's up? So, you can actually pick your poison on any one of these guys. But I'm looking at the Seiya Suzuki, pretty much. I'm looking at them pretty much, right? Then they're just coming off a week layoff. Pitchers might be intact, batters might be down a little bit. So you could take that into consideration as well. But like I said, Seiya Suzuki is one guy that I'm probably really, really looking at. Like I said, I did have some bets to the side here for this Cubs game. I did put Bush, Happ, and Suzuki on the side. If I have to take one, it would probably be Seiya Suzuki. But anything can happen. Okay. Those are three guys that I wouldn't mind stacking up in DFS as well. So there you have it. On the flip side, what I will say is you'll get Justin Steele on the mound. Now Justin Steele throws that fastball a ton, and that bodes well for a team like Arizona. But can you hit it though? That's the thing, right? Can you really, really, really hit it? So Justin Steele. And this team will probably be a little bit more right hand heavy here. So right now, okay, let me clear this out. That's what that is. So Justin Steele to righties, he's throwing that fastball 63% of the time. The slider at 29% of the time. I came through for the knowledge. It's all good, girl. Come on, soak it up. Yeah, I was scrolling. I seen that new profile pic. I was like, what the? I knew that's when you was out there turning up. I already know. So at the end of the day, this team does hit the fastball pretty well, right? So let me filter this to the lefties. Fastball, changeup, slider. So he's predominantly throwing a slider and a fastball, right? So, actually, I wouldn't even look at the lefties. I would look at the righties here. So that fastball and that slider. Over the course of a month, probably need a little bit more because he's a lefty. But over the course of a month, as you can see, it's big time green there, right? Yeah. If you say I'm late, yeah, I probably am late. Yesterday it was just kind of weird for me, right? It was kind of weird for me, but we back though. I got everything laid out. I shouldn't be doing a lot of breaking down today. I should just go down the line and let you guys know who I like. I went to a masquerade party for my cousin Tiffany. We had to show out. I know. I see you showing out. I sent you showing out. I sent you. Yeah. When we back, we back. But like I said, right here, Steele, he throws that fastball predominantly, right? Around 60%. Oh yeah. I've been fucking with prop for a long time, for years, man. I've been fucking with prop for years. Sometimes I've been fucking with prop for probably close to 8 years or whatever. We've been in the vicinity. I do. He had been in my he had been in my in my in my I had a Facebook group. I had that group for about 10 years. He had been in there, dropping in and out. But over the course of the years, like I had that Facebook group for like 10 years. Over the course of years, people branch off and do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Me, I was pretty much all about free help. Shout out to Prop. He's about the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of those guys, but different platforms and stuff like that. You gravitate to different platforms, and then different guys get to doing different things. But at the end, I really was all about free help, and I like I got a lot of guys, what I'm saying, a lot of cappers, whatever case may be, I do fuck with on a daily basis, something like that on Twitter and stuff. But they do what they do, I do what I do. What I'm saying. Eventually, I might cross over shit like that. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Eventually, but yeah, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? He from the shot just like me. So that's what's bothering me. This fucking tag, and I'm wondering what the hell. I'm gonna have to cut that off, man. New Era, they wrong as hell for this shit. Cause I order most of my hats from New Era. Look at that shit, man. They wrong as hell for that, man. I don't like that, man. Straight up, I'm gonna have to cut that out. They bogus. I'm steady doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'll be sliding in there. Tiffany said you deserve to cross over. Yeah, horrible tag placement. Horrible tag placement. Tiffany said I deserve to cross over. I'll figure it out. One day I'll figure it out. I do like to help people though. So what I want y'all to be mindful of is, like I said, this team is a good fastball hitting team. I can take the splitter down and lead a fastball up. This team does hit a lot of fastballs, right? So he's throwing that fastball. I appreciate y'all too, man. I appreciate y'all too. He's throwing that fastball at a 69% rate to righties, and the righties the ones that do most damage. We can't look at this. We always got to be mindful of his splits and stuff like that. And then, if you don't know your personnel, you definitely got to know your personnel, because at the end of the day, if you're good at throwing a fastball, then it's pretty much nothing that a lot of teams can do about it. So, some of the splits versus lefties and righties, and I can look at the pitch splits as well, but I don't want to get into that right now. It's going to be a long time. So at the end of the day, um, these Cubs are at home right now. As you can see, some of his splits are kind of weird. His strikeouts, his home versus righties is interesting, right? Because you're going to see a lot of righties. Yeah, it's true. It's definitely true. I'm working with the I'm working with an overall I'm working with an overall I'm trying to work with an overall promo code. Trying to work with an overall promo code, right? But I have been, pumping the site or whatever the case may be. So he fucking with me. He fucking with me. But I see if I can get an overall promo code or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, I do have the highest plan. It don't cost much though. You know what I'm saying? But as long as I'm fucking with it, you guys want to ask me to look up anything, it's all good. I'll look up anything for you guys. You know. So, like I said, as far as the K rate and stuff like that, they are showing them. They are showing Arizona a little bit of respect. They said it's Caper up at 4.5. I still wanted to take a stab at it, but I don't know. Today, I think I'm just gonna end up probably taking just taking a fall back on this pitching props, because I think I don't know if they're gonna hit him or not. Right? I don't know if they're gonna hit him or not. Um, Home versus righties, his K percentage is down, but he's a phenomenal pitcher. I can't take nothing from him. As you can see, his splits looks really, really good. 3.3, and then on the road, 2.3. And then um, versus left-hand pitching on the season, this team has been pretty much phenomenal, right? So Arizona, 116 WRC plus all the way around. Last what? last last 30 days. They look like Arizona looks like 24% K rate. That's interesting, right? With a 104 WRC plus, and then the last 14 days they are Arizona. So the strikeouts are creeping up for them, right? 125 WRC plus. That's dangerous, man. That's very pretty dangerous, right? Going up against lefties. I got a 3-man parlay hit parlay looking for 2 more picks. I got Phillies Trey Turner, Alec Baum for 1 hit, and Bobby Witt Jr. for a hit. I didn't even look over that Kansas City game. I'm gonna take a look at it, but that Alec Baum and that Trey Turner, I really like that. I really do, right? But at the end of the day, for this Cubs game. I don't know how I want to attack this game as a whole. I don't know how I want to attack the Arizona side of things. But like I said, I was even undecided on those bats, but I did put up there Seiya Suzuki, Hap, and Michael Bush, right? So, long story short, that's what I was looking at right there. Now, maybe I want to microphone. My Pittsburgh Pirates got a lights out pitcher. Yes, they do got a lights out pitcher, my guy. And your other guy over there, he needs to step his game up because I liked him at first. I still like him, man. He's a young boy. What's the boy name? Oh, what's the boy name? Is it Jones? Jones is good. Jones is good, man. Jones is good, and y'all got. I think y'all got Keller as well. So I like that. I like what y'all got going on there. Jones is going to be good. He's just got to put it together. He's a young kid. He's got to put it together. Speaking of speaking of that team, we're right here. You took Ian Happ for looking like a good pick. Yeah, I have Ian Happ on my radar. I definitely do. Part of that Cubs trying to turn the corner thing, he looked good within that span, and that was within the last 3 weeks. So his numbers were kind of popping, right? Philadelphia Phillies and the Pittsburgh Pirates here. Chapman is old but good. Yes, he is. He come in and put something away for you. Now, how I want to look at this one here is now we do have Martin Perez on the mound, right? Nola's on the road. What I will say about this game here is I won't even go into super detail about this game. Just know that Martin Perez will give it up to lefties and righties, right? We can take a look at some of his splits here, right? He will give it up to lefties and righties, right? Not to get off track, what you think about Hernandez winning that home run derby, man? That shit was great. I put money on him and Gunnar was a trap. Yeah, I was looking forward to Gunnar winning that, but it was like it went the wrong way. I ain't gonna say it went the wrong way, but all the public was bashing Hernandez and stuff like that. Saying that he wasn't supposed to be there and things like that. A lot of bat speed, batters out there wasn't on him and stuff like that. So, it just it was a lot of disappointing. There was a lot of disappointing turnouts there. I thought what's the name should have did better from Texas. I forgot his name. I thought he should have did better, man. But hey, it is what it is. Lonzo went out there looked like shit. It was terrible. Pete was trash. Yes, he was. Big Bang Cream, say money line. Don't do too many money lines, but I will give you guys a snippet or whatever the case may be, my thoughts. But what was I at right here? Yeah, Martin Perez. Looking at his splits here at home, 3.89, on the road, 6.44. And then, like I said, he giving it up right to lefties and righties. So, you can look at whatever you want to look at. We got some guys that are good at hitting, good at baseball here. Philadelphia Phillies are at home. At home, he is pitching. He's to lefties. He's getting up a 300 batting average to lefties and righties there. So it is what it is, right? At the end of the day, it is what it is. Yes, Perez gonna give it up to everybody. Shout out to Don't Matter. Edwin said he had my money on Whit Journey. He was a one home run short. Ooh, talking to you, Tip. Pete was trash. Reynolds. Michael says Reynolds should have been in the Derby. I could have seen him getting hot. Yeah, I was trying to talk about Adolis. Definitely was. Santana, yo. I bet small money on home runs should be risky as hell. Yes, it does. I like to bet total basis, because most of the time when I take a home run guy, it's going to be, he's going to be in a really good spot. So sometimes they go out there and hit everything but home run. So there you have that. She said she had a little bit on him too, over Alec. Alec Bohm, man. Those are two guys that were bashed the most, Bohm and Hernandez. Bohm looked decent today. If you're talking about today, yes, he does. I like Bohm. I like Turner. I like everything about that game. So I like I said, I don't have to go into convulsions about that game. I expect them to put up runs. The The thing about this is Nola, right? Taking a look at Aaron Nola, right? Because we can get trapped up. So looking at Nola here, uh, Nolan will give up a bomb. Nolan will give up a bomb, and I'm gonna explain to you guys who I think, whatever, right? We do know Nolan will give up a bomb, right? He's about the same thing as his ERA at home and away. We do know this team. We don't, today. So we do know this team will. We do know this team will strike the fuck out. We do know that, right? But lately, and if y'all can recall, this team has been turning the corner, and I will bring it to you guys right now. I ain't gonna say turn the corner, but they was getting hot, right, versus righties, and just in general, right. So over the course of the whole season, right here, Pittsburgh was number 6 in striking out, 24% with an 86 WRC plus. But lately, I got to give them their props. Last 30 days, they've been hitting better, right? They went from over on the season to the last 30 days. Pittsburgh 19 is striking out at 22% with a 102 WRC plus, above average, a little bit above average WRC plus. So they've been hitting better, right? Last 14 days, which was last 2 weeks, Pittsburgh Pirates, they have been hitting better. They down here at 17.4% K rate with a 127 WRC plus over the last 2 weeks. If they continue, then they've had an off week, right? The bats could be the ones that could be sluggish. The pitching, I don't know. Maybe the pitching, probably not, but the bats can be a little bit sluggish coming out. I don't know, right? But this is a very good number. 17% K rate with a 127 WRC plus, 300 plate appearances in the last 2 weeks. That's pretty significant, right? That's a pretty significant turnaround. So at the end of the day, everything that I looked at for uh, for those guys on Philly, they're definitely green, right? But and then we know who they are, what they do. The main thing right now, who I'm looking at, is the Pittsburgh kids, right? So, and I know it was 2 bats that stood out to me, and that's going to be that'll be Nola. I mean, that was Reynolds, and that was surprisingly Cruz, right? With a good average, with a good batting average, right? So at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? So taking a look at what he's throwing right now was the fastball changeup, knuckle curve. He does have that knuckle curve, and I do need to look at some of these pitches individually. But right now, I'll just put up what he's throwing, and then it is what it is, right? So over the course of the last 4 weeks, we don't even really have to talk about Brian Reynolds. He's been on fire. He's been a fuego. But the guy is, I'm looking at, has been O'Neal Cruz, right? Probably have to filter this to the last 3 weeks here. Get a better outlook of what he's doing. And it hasn't been any bombs. Now, I would say that his barrel percentage is down, but he had been hitting the ball a little bit. So, he could be an honorable mention. If you really, really want to look at somebody, I don't know how it's been in the last few weeks there. Let me see, 2 weeks there. But O'Neal hasn't had any bombs there, right? Let me see. Nope, I'll probably have to scratch O'Neal Cruz and just end up just sticking with Brian Reynolds. And that's going to, but see, the K percentage versus this pitch mix is down. So you just don't know what can happen, right? You don't know what can happen. You don't know what can happen, right? Let me see. Mm, 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 mm. Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Right. So I won't be looking at none of the righties. At the end of the day, I don't think Pittsburgh can. I don't think Pittsburgh, because you got to take into consideration Nola is pretty good. I don't think Pittsburgh would. I think it's still going to be. It's still going to be. What's the total here? 8.5. I wonder did it open up at 8.5. I have to go take a look. Let me run back here. Bowman Yandy Diaz. I didn't look at Tampa Bay. I think the Pirates will make the playoffs. Interesting. I need a MLB player them dudes, but I definitely said, see, they make their bag, girl. They make their bag. But it's an aggressive team coming out there anyway, for sure. I ain't having, yep, they is good for a parlay piece. They're gonna run them runs up. They probably would. I ain't even gonna say Cruz. He's been so ass. Yeah, he been ass, girl. He been ass. I'm thinking I'm falling back on. I'm just gonna stick with the. I'm just gonna stick with the Brian Reynolds theme here. I mean, Cruz, his K rate's still kind of high at 25%, but he's been hitting lately. That's what I can leave you guys with. He's been hitting lately. He hasn't been putting any bombs up, uh, but versus his pitch mix, but Nola can give up some bombs, right? Nola can give up some bombs. He could. Um, Aiden Howard, yo, can I get a shout out? Yo, shout out to Aiden Howard. Shout out to Aiden Howard. You got a shout out, bro. For sure, you got a shout out. I will shout you out. I have shot you out. I have. Diamondbacks money line. Ooh, my therapist, Matthew Porcel, say Diamondbacks shut up. Don't matter. Said I had Casey, Daily Cruz from the Reds. You like him? Don't matter. Said I had Casey money line, but I don't know, man. The fastball decent. Let me filter this out. Let's see. 6 weeks. Go straight to the fastball. O'Neal Cruz is okay versus the fastball. What has he been hitting home runs against? Why has he been hitting home runs against? So the only thing about that is, so he is throwing that fastball a decent amount of time. Knuckle curve. I throw the knuckle curve in there. I'll leave those two pitches up. Pitches up. Jackson Winsky. I don't know. Jackson Winsky might take one of them motherfuckers. I don't know. Jackson Winsky, just against the full seam and the knuckle curve, Jackson Winsky and Brian Reynolds look really, really good versus that. O'Neal Cruz, he's batting the 400 against that fastball and that knuckle curve. He probably ain't hitting that knuckle curve. You can take that down. I guess. He's got to hit off of it. So, and if those is two predominant pitches, which they are, at 32% and 29%, it's a good chance. Like I said, he's got a 400 batting average in that last 3 weeks. 10 plate appearances, though. 12 plate appearances for Jack and Ryan Reynolds. All three of those guys look pretty good. So at the end of the day, you say, what Rowdy looking like? You say, KC got it? You say, what Rowdy looking like? Rowdy right here. Rowdy is striking out versus this pitch mix, man. He don't strike out much, but versus this pitch mix, he does. Rowdy is in the red right now, man. He's in the red. As of late, he's been in the red. He's been in the red there. So he ain't been looking good as of late versus this pitch mix here, right? So at the end of the day, it is what it is with that situation there. I get around to that White Sox, and I did not look at that game at all. I get around to that. So what I had over here, what did I have here? I had Aaron Nola. It's possible. Small lean, I probably won't go there for his strikeouts. Reynolds hits for the hits in the O'Neal Cruz, but Reynolds would probably be that guy, right? Just to not to overcrowd the situation. Reynolds would probably be that guy for me if I decide to take anybody here. On the other side, the Philadelphia bats, they look really green, right? They look really good. They look really green. All the bats are in play. You can look at Philadelphia. Don't know if I'm gonna take this 1.5, right? I'll probably look at the team total here. The team total over 4.5 for these guys here. Over 4.5. That's really what I'm looking at. Over 4.5 at minus 115. I'm definitely looking at that. As like I said, at home, Martin Perez is giving up a batting average of. I can show you guys right and just get out of here because I see y'all going. Goddamn it. me see. You know what though? I couldn't find Martin Perez on the site. Oh, there he is right there. So look, Martin Perez. So at the end of the day, we pretty green here, right? We pretty green here. We pretty green here. Trey Turner, Bohm, Castellanos. Over the course of the months, this pitch mix, and like I said, he's giving up a 300 batting average to lefties and righties. So he's looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. These guys, these are just the righties, right? Trey Turner's got 2 bombs, 4 extra base hits. Alec Bohm looked pretty good. Look at that barrel percent for Trey Turner at 20% there, right? Line drive, hard hit, all this shit looked really, really good, right? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Coming a little closer, well, we can go back to the last 3 weeks. Everything still looks intact, right? Last 2 weeks, everything looks intact, right? Last 2 weeks, man, right? But it is what it is, right? These guys are good at baseball, okay? Versus the left-hand hitters here, I don't know what he's doing for the lefties, but he's giving up a 300 batting average to the lefties as well. So sinker cutter, he's throwing a sinker 60% of the time, right? So who's going to get a hold to that motherfucker? I'll just leave it there. So Brandon Marsh, over the course of the last month, not too many people, they haven't seen it that much. They haven't seen it that much, right? They haven't seen that sinker that much. Still green, but they haven't seen that sinker that much, right? So I'll be looking at the rights for short cutter. What's that? Change up. Weird pitch mix, man. Weird pitch mix. Weird pitch mix. I'm looking more at the righties there. But Marsh, let's go over the last 6 weeks here. It's a lot of 300s and 400s and da, 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 da. I'll be looking at, I'm looking at, Trey Turner is my guy here. Alec Bohm, I like Alec Bohm as well. Porsa Athletics just spanked the Phillies 18-3. Yeah, I ain't messing with the money lines. That's right. Yeah, man. I don't be, a lot of the money lines I really don't be fooling around with. But like I said, you can look at team totals and stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? You can look at alternate team totals and shit like that, like 3.5s and shit, and put them in parlay pieces and stuff like that. You can do that. The money lines be weird as hell. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be beyond. It gotta be beyond a reasonable doubt for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, right? Um, Cincinnati and Washington here. I didn't look at the Cincinnati side. I knew they were going to easy guess. They led to upset the Pirates and the Reds. There was a couple bats that looked good here. I'm not a big fan of the pitching here. I can see instances where this game might go over, or just runs get put up here. C.J. Abrams was the guy, right? I don't know who else I had put up over here. I will take a look though. But C.J. Abrams was probably that guy for me. And I didn't end up putting him up here. I must have put him in my other player pool. So I will add C.J. Abrams here. Sure. He's somebody that I do like here in this game. And I do want to save some time here. I don't want to I don't want to waste time because I ain't wasting time, but I ain't moving fast enough either. Right. So Patrick Corbin and Montas here. I just expect traffic on the bases here. Hits runs and RBIs for everybody. I think it's a play, right? I think it's a go. I think it's a real go. This game here I looked at here was Tampa Bay Rays and the New York Yankees. I didn't really look at bats here. When I seen Cole, I just felt like I wanted to back Cole today. So ways that I'm going to back Cole here, it's probably going to be like, let's see. I'm probably going to come over here and take some iteration of his strikeouts and or pitching outs here. Uh, I should have locked it in last night and I didn't. But what I'm gonna end up doing here is probably doing a combo or something like that. They own it with his strikeouts now, so I don't know how I'm gonna end up doing this. His pitching outs probably went up as well. His pitching outs at 17 and a half is in a parlay piece. I will use that as a parlay piece at 17 and a half pitching outs. Um, Strikeouts for Cole though. What did I have to the side here? I had Cole pitching outs up there. So this year, last game, he showed that, showed some resilience. He might be back, right? Strikeouts there. Um, he's got back-to-back games with at least 7 or more. What up, Farley? He's got back-to-back games with about 7 or more. What I'm going with today, been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. I'm putting it together right now. I got everything to the side right now. I'm not going to be doing too much talking from here going out because I just talked for a long time. Now we know Judge and Soto is definitely going to be in play, but I didn't look at the bats here. I trust my guy. He was on he was on Yandy Diaz. I trust my guy Edwin. He in the chat. He said he was on Yandy Diaz. I could probably go take a look. I do trust him, so I might have to take a look at Yandy Diaz there. Actually, I could take a quick look at these guys. Let's see. Tampa Bay. No, you know what though? These guys, I was looking at it last night. These guys do strike out versus his pitch mix. He's throwing that fastball to righties 50% of the time so far, right? So let's see. So Yandy Diaz, he's the one his strikeout percentage is down at around 6, right? So going up against what he throws there. Let me see. So right now, Yandy Diaz. Hmm. So the guy who looks really good right now, who looks okay, semi okay, I'm not fucking with him though. It's gonna be Randy Rosarina with a 357 batting average versus this pitch mix over the course of a month, right? Yanni Diaz looking mm, 23 at 23 and 23. Let me make sure I got this shit right. Okay. Yeah. 23 at bats, only 3 hits there. 13% K rate is down. But at the end of the day, versus these righties, depending on who's going to be in the lineup, Siri 50% K rate, Paredes 38% K rate, Rosario 25, Jackson he probably won't be in the lineup. So take a look at who's in this lineup because a lot of these K rates and stuff like that is favoring the pitcher, right? So I that's what made me just gravitate to Cole. I'm looking at Cole in this one either for his pitching, strikeouts, or his pitching out, or mix and match both. Looking at the lefties here versus Cole's pitch mix, which would be fastball, cutter, and knuckle curve there. Same shit, right? You know what? Wait a minute. Versus righties. Let me see. Wait. Did I have that wrong? I have that wrong. So let me reiterate that. Let me reiterate that. Yeah, no, I didn't have that wrong. Okay, I didn't have that wrong. Motherfucker striking out. Okay, so versus lefties here. At the end of the day, I don't know. I don't think I want anything to do with these guys, right? So you gotta pay attention to who's going to be in the lineup. 27% K rate for Josh Lowe. Cole might get him. 14% barrel rate. He does have a bomb. 7 for 28. 250 batting average. Brandon Lowe, 250, 267 batting average. He's got two bombs versus pitch mix, only 15 at bats. Still not sexy enough for me to like this offense going up against a Cole, especially a Cole who I think could probably have his shit together. So, that's something I probably don't want to look at. I'm probably looking at, me personally, I'll probably be looking at Cole in some shape, form, or fashion, which would be his strikeouts and or pitching outs. Pitching outs for sure. I'm going to be looking at his pitching outs for sure. So even if it's a parlay piece, I got to have it, right? So it is what it is. Not my favorite game. Didn't too much look at the New York Yankees bats. I'm probably not going to go look at them either. I mean, it's probably going to be Judge. It's probably going to be Soto or nothing, right? Flaherty and Detroit Tigers and Toronto Blue Jays. We got an over under 7.5 in this spot. We got Flaherty on the mound. We got Bassett on the mound. Long story short, well, I'll tell you this, right? Looking at the Detroit bats, there's a few bats. There was about 3 lefties and about one righty that I can look at. I probably would look, if I'm looking at them, I probably look at them for hits. It's freezing. It is. Oh no, that's interesting. Is it good now? Hopefully. I don't like that. I might, or if it is, shit. Is it good now though? Let me know. I'm quite sure y'all can still hear me though, right? Let me see. I'm gonna go take a look at it. It must be on Facebook. Hmm. Tiffany says she hear me. That's on Facebook. That's on Facebook. All right, so yeah, where was I at? Yeah, I was talking about the Detroit Tigers, right? So there's some bats that look pretty good here, right? There's some bats that look pretty good here. You guys can pick your poison, whatever the case may be. You guys can pick your poison in this situation here. But who they have on the mound here? Chris Bassett, right? Chris Bassett throws a bunch of pitches, man. So over the course of a month, there's some guys that look pretty good, right? So at the end of the day, of course, you got Coke Keith, and see they strikeout percentage is pretty much down, right? So Riley Green looks really really good with a 462 batting average, right? No bombs within the last month versus this pitch mix, but he looks really good. 462 batting average. Winsel Perez, he does have a bomb, and Coke has a bomb, and Coke has been pretty good. So these guys look really, really, really green. Then for the same three, and Zach McKinstry, I'm not even mentioning him. I'm probably not even going to go to him, but when you run stacks and DFS and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be, hits, runs, and RBIs, you betting hits, runs, and RBIs, you want these guys to be able to get on base consecutively, right? So this is what this means. So I would definitely like Riley Green for hits, runs, and RBIs, stuff like that. So Riley Green with a 13% K rate, 12% K rate for Winsel Perez, and then 5 less than the 5% K rate for Cole Keith. I like it, right? I like it. Going up against what's this kid's name? Bassett, right? Checking a look at some of his splits. Now Bassett is at home. He will be at home here. So it is what it is. But I know he does historically pitches worse versus lefties. Those three guys I just named were lefties, right? So he's got a 3.33 ERA right now. Not too shabby. In general, he's pitching his worst versus lefties, 279 batting average. So some his splits at home versus lefties, 248. So it's a lot of things you could take into consideration here. So his split, right? So on the road versus lefties, he's got a 319 batting average. But at home versus lefties, he's got a 248 batting average. At home versus righties, he's got a 311 batting average. Now, that's what it was. That's what it was, Ed. I should have looked at that. Usually not too big on DVP, but I've seen Andy against Cole. He smashes him. And over his career, he's got 44 at bats, 318 batting average, 2 bombs, 6 RBIs, and against Cole. That's what I should have looked at, right? But I still trust you, like I said. I still trust you. So that's what I need to look. That's what I should have looked at is BVP, right? And that's another thing, right? Just like we're gonna run across what's the kid's name for the Mets. He's only 3 for 12 versus that pitcher, but those 3 were bombs. So what's his name? Whatever his name is, man. He was terrible in the home run derby. Y'all know I'm getting old, right? So I can't remember these names. But anyway, yeah, so he's got some weird splits. So his splits indicating right now that when he's at home, he's pitching his worst to righties. And around 250 batting average to lefty. So at the end of the day, he's pitching his worst at home. Versus on the road, versus lefties, he got 319 batting average with a 184 batting average versus righties. And his K percentage is up versus righties on the road. However, at home, his K percentage is down like 22% and then 20%. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? You can look at Matt Vierling though. Matt Vierling does look good. He did look good. So he's a righty that you can look at as well. So Matt Vierling, right? He's that's a below average strikeout rate. Over the course of the month, he's 7-20 with a bomb, right? So he's going to be in the mix right up in there somewhere too. I don't know what the projected lineup is going to be like though. So let's see. Let's take a look. So this would be the projected lineup, right? Anything on this site confirmed in yellow would be confirmed, right? So Suzuki and Happ, both of these guys could. Happ is in an RBI spot. Suzuki is definitely in an RBI spot. Whatever case may be. Nico Horner looked good, turning this corner that the Cubs are trying to turn. The first 4 batters looked good. I ain't gonna lie. The ones that looked the best was Bush, Suzuki, and Happ. Happ looked the best. Suzuki, I want to say Suzuki looked the best. I would say Suzuki was 1A, 1B, and 1C would be Happ, whatever the case may be, however you want to look at it. But where were we? Matt Vierling would be leading it off, right? Okay, Riley Green. So Riley Green could be in a nice RBI spot, possibly 2 RBIs, some shit like that, depending on how bad we think that Chris Bassett can get hit. Winslow Perez in a hit spot, RBI spot either as well, can bring somebody home like Riley Green, something like that, right? But Winslow Perez sitting here, he's projected to bat 5th. So, it is what it is. That's how I look at things when I bet, when I'm betting my who I think can bring home who, da 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 da. Now, from the righties, like I said, I would probably only be looking at Matt Vierling right now, only, and I'll see what the batting lineup's gonna look like, and I'll figure it out from there. On the flip side, it was Vladdy. Vladdy looked pretty good, right? Vladdy looked real good. Don't know who I put over here in my players pool, but Vladdy looked really, really good, right? I put Riley Green. These are just basic hits, right? I put Riley Green, Perez, Koke, Verling, Vladdy, right? So Vladdy looked good. I don't have to go to his numbers. Just know it was a lot of green there. There's a lot of green there for Vladdy. Um, but I don't know if I'm going to go to him. I don't. Vladdy is a pretty good pitcher. I probably don't want nothing to do with Vladdy. If I did, probably would be pitching outs, okay? Probably would be pitching outs. I'm probably not messing with the strikeouts. The New York Mets at Miami Marlins here. Like the New York Mets look really, really good. We got an over under 8. I would consider the team total here over. Lean towards over here. Not a fan of neither one of these pitchers here. Either one of these money lines look decent at -136. I like the numbers there. I don't know who's going to win this game, but I did like the Mets bats better. I didn't put any of them in my player pool. Francisco Lindor looked good. Um, Alvarez looked good. JD Martinez, he can pretty much hit. Pete Alonso was 3 for 12 with 3 home runs. Those 3 for 12 was 3 home runs. Harrison Bader looked good. Vientos looked really, really good, right? So I like all those batters. I ain't even gonna lie. I probably don't even look towards Miami batters' way, right? I might. I mean, if I was to do a hit parlay here, I would probably say what? I would probably say, what's this one hit? I would say, I can talk off Bader either. I mean, I see who's in the lineup. Vientos. I would take somebody like Vientos. They got some good numbers to record a hit, man. Vientos and Alvarez. If you don't want Vientos, I think he strikes out a ton. You could take somebody like Lindor and put those guys together and get plus money. Lindor, he's going to be a switch. He's going to be on the left and the right. So I like those guys for hits, runs, and RBIs. I like them. I expect them to put up runs here. Whatever their team total is, I don't know. Let's take a look. Mets team total 4.5 at plus money. Favored it to the under, but hey, it is what it is. You can also almost always alter it down to a 3.5. I think a 3.5 is pretty okay there. Cabrera does. I don't know if he still does, but he had some really nice K stuff. But I don't think I'm gonna be going there. Pretty nice high walk rate. So batters, I expect traffic to be on the bases there. I did not look at the San Diego Padres game, not in no shape, form, or fashion. I can take a quick glance at it right now. While we're right here, I'll look at the Cleveland batters first. Definitely the Cleveland lefties first. Then I'll take a quick look at it right here. Hmm. Over the course of a month, Jose Ramirez looked pretty good. Angel Martinez, Jose Ramirez, Josh Naylor. Couldn't talk off neither one of those guys there. Those guys look pretty good versus their pitch mix. Don't know if I'll be end up getting there, but Jose Ramirez is batting 300 versus that. Angel Martinez has been turning it on as of late. Um, Josh Naylor, he does have a bomb in those regards. Versus pitch mix, Jose Ramirez and Josh Naylor, they barrel percentage is down 385, 7.1. Hmm. Don't know about the righties here. Mm, wait a minute. I don't think I'll be messing with neither one of those guys. Go back to the lefties here. I'm gonna take one more look at it. I think I have filtered something wrong. So yeah, they look a little better here. I had extra pitch in there too much. But yeah, Angel Martinez, Jose Ramirez. It look like the lefties look a little bit better here. Waldron, I don't know though, man. Waldron. On the road. This pitching is worse on the road versus lefties. So lefties get a semi bump here. Lefties get a semi bump here. You're gonna get them lefties there. Jose Ramirez, Angel Martinez, Josh Naylor, all those guys. You can look at those lefties. I ain't even gonna lie. Josh Naylor. Mm-hmm. I couldn't talk off none of those guys there. Lefties look semi okay. Hits, whatever you want to look at. Okay. Um, who's the other pitcher? Tanner Bybee. Um, mm, Manny Machado. Kyle with a 375 batting average. He will strike out. A couple of these righties, Solano, Machado, and Kyle, they are in the strikeout zone. 23, 24, and 26% K rate. But Kyle's got 3 home runs versus this pitch mix. Machado's got 3 home runs in this in this in the last 4 weeks versus this pitch mix here. Um, Bybee. So Bybee is getting hit at home. So you running with Jake? Jake who, bro? Jake. I got a brain freeze right there. So Bobby's been getting hit at home. 4.6 ERA. Probably not. Oh, Burger. Burger. Okay. K percentage is up there though. Don't know if I'm gonna even target this game. What's a strikeout prop? 5.5 at plus money. Don't know if I'll target this game. He might end up finding a way to get to his strikeout. Let's see. What is he doing versus lefties? And that was 33% K rate to lefties. Rickson profile got a low batting average, but he had tagged a few home runs. He got 3 home runs versus that pitch in the last month. Reyes, whatever, right? batting 250. Jackson Merrill might as well be batting 250. Never know. I can see instances where he could probably sneak to his strikeouts. I ain't gonna lie. This team don't strike out much, I don't think, but I can see instances where he might be able to strike. His K rate is pretty high, man. 28% to at home versus lefties and righties. What is this team doing as a whole, right? Let's see. This is right hand pitching. San Diego don't strike out much, though. I know that. San Diego should be at the bottom down here. Oh, they're at the very bottom. Right, okay. How about the last 30 days? Very bottom, 16.5, 112 WLC plus. I don't know. Second from the bottom, 17% K rate. Wow, interesting. So that probably would lead me to maybe take a look at his pitching outs. Maybe. If I think he can hit the strikeouts, maybe get to his pitching outs. That's a parlay piece right now, 17 and a half. Let's see. Or just a total fade. On the season, he is 8 of 19. Lately, last 10 games, he's 7 of 10. So he's looking pretty good as of late. He got there versus Detroit, Kansas City, Baltimore, Seattle, Washington, Angels, Minnesota in his last 10 games. So I couldn't talk you off his pitching outs. Head to head, last year he hasn't faced them this year. I couldn't talk you off his pitching outs. How many pitches has he been throwing? Lately, he's been getting up there. He got a 96, a 99, and a 109. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool there. This is where I would consider his pitching outs. The numbers don't support his strikeouts. Can he get there? Probably could, but the numbers don't support it. I would probably consider his pitching outs, but I'm not going there. All right, I'm not going there. What else should we look at here? You can probably look at his hits allowed. 5, earned runs, 2.5. Walks. What about walks? I guess. Here, I probably would look at those at Ramirez and those lefties over there. St. Louis Cardinals at Atlanta Braves here. I get mixed feelings. I get mixed emotions and stuff when I mess with Sonny Gray here. Sometimes I don't know what to do, right? I do want to target Sonny Gray some type of way as far as his pitching outs or his strikeouts, but I just don't know what to do sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, right? Sometimes he be selling like a motherfucker, right? So at the end of the day, Gray. So on the road, he's shown the ability to get hit. I'm scared. I got scared. I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared. I'm scared to mess with Steele. I just didn't know what to do. I mean, that team strike out. I mean, that team is good versus the fastball. And he's throwing that fastball around 60, around 60% of the time. But he's a good pitcher, right? So it's good pitching versus he's throwing two primary pitches. That fastball, he's throwing that fastball, he's throwing that one or the other. The other one, I forgot what it is, but he's throwing a fastball like 60% of the time, then the other one like 30% of some shit. And as a whole, the righties for Arizona, they cracking that motherfucking fastball. But are you going to go out there and be a good pitcher? I just don't know. It's going to be good hitting versus good pitching. I'm not here to. I'm not here to. I'm not here to send you guys off. Nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll fall back. I don't care about missing money. I just don't want to lose none. Right? I don't want to lose none. So that's how I'm looking at it right there, Joe. Straight up. But like I said, Sonny Gray, he lets me down on the road. His ERA is 5.09. On the flip side, um, this team has been striking out. Atlanta, they will strike out versus right hand pitching. They don't hit right hand pitching as good as they hit lefties. 24% K rate on the road. I mean, in general versus righties, and then Santana Walls Lab. And then 93 WRC plus, whatever the case may be with that. Last month or so, um, last month or so, Atlanta, 26% K rate with an 81 WRC plus. That looks good for Gray. That means that's indicating that he can hit his pitching outs and his strikeouts. That's what it's indicating. That shit don't mean that's what he gonna do, right? Yeah, he was in some good spots and his ass just went out there and sold. But numbers wise, last 14 days, 88 WRC plus, 25% K rate. Like I would I would consider it. I would consider it. His strikeouts and his pitching outs. Sonny Gray, his strikeouts sitting at 5.5. I would consider it. I would consider it. I don't know. Um, Starting pitcher performance doubles. Right. I don't know. I would consider it, man. I didn't look at the bats for neither team. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't look at the bats for neither team. Uh, but the splits, what is he doing? Who's hitting them? Let's see. On the road. So on the road, lefties cracking them, right? They got 300 batting average versus lefties on the road. They're the ones who's doing damage versus Sonny Gray. So I don't know. So let's take a look. Let's take a look real fast. Atlanta, right? ATL, Shouty. Atlanta, and right hand. Sonny Gray. We don't have him listed. So what I need to do here, Gray. So his pitch mix ain't even coming up for me. Sonny Gray. So I have to go back and manually do this thing. Sonny Gray. I'll do it the long way then. There's no way. Doing that fastball, curveball, sweeper. What was that? What was that? Lefties. Okay. We're going straight to the source. So look at that shit. Kalinick, 38% K rate. Olsen, 33% K rate. Like, man, go on, man. What the difference a year makes, man? Ozzy Albies on that side, he's not striking out that much. But he's terrible versus that pitch mix. These guys ain't been hitting this pitch mix, okay? So, cross over to the righties, right? What is he doing versus righties? Let's see. Sometimes it takes this shit a long time to load. We'll go with the We'll stay right here. Okay. Okay, so Austin Riley looks good. Um all their K rates are up though. Ozuna 24. That's high. Riley 30%. That's high. Duval 27% and 29% for DNR. Yeah, right. Yeah, so everybody in that lineup is striking out versus this pitch mix. That's one thing. Over the course of a month, Ozuna and Riley got 4 bombs. Woo, man. Duval, all these motherfuckers. Look at the hard hit. Oh shit. I'll put it like this. If they hit his ass, man, it could be ugly if they hit him. But versus this pitch mix, but man, the isolated power for Austin Riley, 385 and 316 for Ozuna. Shit. Well, we'll be looking at, I'll be looking at, I'll say this Austin Riley and Ozuna, those guys in play. They in play. They in play. I don't know if I'm betting on them, but they look good. They look good. They strikeouts, though. They strikeouts. So, what would I say? What would I say here? If I'm taking anything for Sonny Gray, it would probably be his strikeouts at 5.5. I think strikeout pitchers will get to their strikeouts before they get their ass lit up, before he go to his outs. So I would probably go to his strikeouts. If I'm betting on anything for Gray, I would go to his strikeouts first, then whatever else. He's pitching his worst to lefties on the road. That gives Kalinick and Olsen a bump, but they still don't. They still strike the fuck out, and they still don't look good versus pitch mix. The Atlanta Braves as a whole, they don't even hit fucking righties that good, and the whole damn team strike out. So there's the explanation for what's going on in this game here. On the flip side, I don't fucking know, right? Who is that? Swellenbach? I didn't even look at Swellenbach, man. Straight up. How the fuck you spell that shit? Swellenbach. Shh. It's got that shh in there. He ain't pitched that many games though, have he? Got a fair amount. He's giving up runs. Last 2 games looked okay. He looked okay versus Philly and San Diego. He looked okay. Prior to that, he's giving up multiple runs. She said, I think Sonny's gonna get lit up. He's in my fantasy league. He has 2 starts against this team. Hell no. He might get lit up. He might. He might. I wonder if he can get his K's before he get lit up. I think he can get his K's before he get lit up. Alec Burson and Alec Bone hits runs and RBIs. Let's take a look. Since I didn't look at this game and I was being lazy. Mm, Alec Burson is always up there for me though. I ain't gonna lie. Swellenbach, they don't have Spencer Swellenbach up here. Okay, so let's see. This is crazy. All right, so now I gotta do this shit manually again, right? Swellenbach looked okay right there, boy. Let me see something. Ever since 21, walk down, ERA, expected ERA. Okay. Let's see. I had to go do this. Yeah. Wilson Contreras, if I just had to get to a bat over the course of the last month on the righties, Wilson Contreras. Visual pages, Wilson Contreras. Goldsmith still hitting that ball hard as hell. It would probably be, last 2 weeks. Wilson Contreras, slow line, hello. Stepping to the plate. Wilson Contreras got 16%. Wilson Contreras. Who would be probably Wilson Contreras for me? What about the lefties, right? What is he throwing towards lefties? Split finger for a single curveball. What the fuck was it? I'm getting old. Alec Burleson looks good. Brendan Donovan looks good. Those two, they not striking out. 13% pretty much in the green. The rest of these motherfuckers will strike out. Mm. I wonder, can this kid come here and pitch good? Shit. I would probably look at I probably would look at Burleson and Contreras. Brendan Donovan, you could look at Brendan Donovan as well. Brendan Donovan. Brendan Donovan. You can look at Brendan Donovan. Yep, I'll look at Brendan Donovan starting to look better than fucking him. In the last 2 weeks, these guys look Nolan Gorman. Brendan Donovan popping. But interesting. Interesting. Or fade. Or fade. Or fade. I might just fade it. I might just fade it. I might just fade it. I'm undecided there. I ain't gonna lie. I'm undecided. I can't be on everything. I ain't gonna lie. Baltimore Orioles. And did I put anything to the side for this one here? I didn't even look at Baltimore. It's another pitcher. I gotta manually go back and do this shit. Eovaldi. Can't get this pitch mix or nothing, man. I have to go back. I mean, Corey Seager, he's self-explanatory, man. He's good at baseball, man. He's in play, okay? You do got Burns on the mound. Hmm. Gunner looks good. Santander looks good. Over the course of a month, Gunner looks really, really good here. 412 batting average versus pitch mix. Um, Last 7 days down here, you can see O'Hearn and Santander been clowning, looking good. Gunner, whatever. Evaldi pitching better at home. Mm. Got a 160 and a 170 batting average at home. Interesting. Shit. Interesting. He is at home. He is at home. I would look at a no run first inning in this one, but man, they got some good. They got some one swing of the batters on both of these. They got some one swing of the batters here. Um, hmm. Well, you got a decent number on the money line as well. You got Burns on the mound. You got Evaldi on the mound. Um, these Texas bats has woken up a little bit. I know I put Burns to the side. These Texas bats have worked up, waking up a little bit. I want to say last 30 days. Let's see, Texas 99 WRC plus. At one time, they WRC plus versus righties was down like a motherfucker, right? You can see the numbers probably reflect on the season as you 93, but I seen some man. They actually, long story short, they hitting it just a tad bit better right now. Just a tad bit better right now. I did have what did I have? Didn't I didn't. I must have been undecided here. What's Burns pitching outs? 18 and a half. Hmm. So lately he's been killing that 18 and a half. I don't think I'm going there though. One, two, three, four, five of his last 8 games he's hit it. Um, hmm. He didn't he just yeah. So he hit it versus Texas on the 27th right here. He went 7 innings. It was 11-2. Hmm. it's possible for him to get there. I probably won't go there. That's a straight bet, though. If you decide to get there, you get a plus 140. Um, what's the no runs first inning in this one here? Mine's 136. Hmm. So I like shit. I mean, of course, how can I not like Gunner, right? Only got one bomb versus pitch mix, but he's hitting it hard. I usually take his hits, runs, and RBIs and stuff like that. Some of these guys, I mean, it's a pretty nice green right there. If I'm taking a side on this one here, it's gonna have to be Baltimore or nothing for me. I ain't even gonna lie, right? With Burns on the mound, I give him the benefit of the doubt. It'll be Baltimore or nothing for me in this spot. That's all I can look at that say. Um, I didn't look at the Chicago White Sox game. This Rockies game is at Coors, right? So I'm gonna like bats. I did have Tovar to the side. I have Tovar and Doyle and Tovar. I like those guys, right? I like those guys. Um, Tiffany said she likes Doyle. I like Tovar and Doyle. On the other side, I was waiting to see who the pitcher was. We don't have a pitcher, so we have Quantrill now. We have Kyle Quantrill now, and in course it's just a different. It's different. It's different because you're in course field, right? So runs are gonna get put up, home runs are gonna be put up, right? So Ramos, the three sluggers in play. Ramos, let me tell you, a lot of shit you can throw out the window. Like Ramos, Soler, and Lamont Wade Jr. If he's in the lineup, Chapman. So what's the total here? 10 and a half. Quantrill's been a little better as of late, I think. Um, Taglia's in this ballpark just puts you in play either way it go. You know what I'm saying? This ballpark puts you in play either way it go because we can't forget it's cores. So it's gonna be some motherfuckers that's gonna either in this game or this series that you didn't even think was gonna hit some home runs, gonna hit some home runs straight up. So it's gonna be lit. Tiffany said Toglia, he hit 3 home runs last game he played. Forgot who it was, but it was recent. Right. So um so we don't have all the pitches out right now on this site. I don't know what's the deal with that. Don't. But we said it was Quantrill, right? Quantrill. No, Kyle Harrison. Kyle Harrison. Let's see if he pops up. Hey, New, Markel, get them up, man. So I'm gonna take y'all to get some burrito tacos before I go to work. So go ahead, get ready. Yeah, get on up. Tell them to get ready. Yeah, Kyle Harrison. Start y'all Friday off right. Since I gotta work, I'm gonna start y'all shit off right. So y'all can be lit. Yeah, he said, get on up now. They want them dip joints. Cores and red spill supposed to be going yard and nose. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Show. Conforto goes ham and cores. Good to know. Didn't know that. Oh, okay, there. Now we get. Okay, I had to uncheck my previous picture. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Basketball change up slur. Slur. We got a slur. Wait a minute. He's a lefty. That's what that is. Right. So, okay. Now we're gonna go righties, right? He's a left. The lefties. I don't want to see on lefties right now. Let's see. We're going righties. Fastball change up slur. Okay. We're going righties. Who Tiffany said? Toglia. So he does have those 3 home runs versus this pitch mix. I don't know what it was. Was it? So he's not. So Toglia, if I take that changeup down, damn. How often is he throwing that changeup? 28% of the time. So he gonna see it. I put the changeup. Man, his average goes down big time within the last month. Toglia, but he's got that 3 home runs, probably versus a fastball. Everything goes. So at the end of the day, they haven't even seen a slur. I could take that down, put the fastball up there. That's what they've been hitting. The changeup is what? Wait a minute. No, the curve, right? What was it? Oh, the changeup. The changeup, which he's throwing the least, is slur. Oh, I must have been looking at this wrong. Slur. Put the slur back in there. What is it? That's some shit there. Okay. Tovar. So I must have no Toglia. That's what we're looking at. Right. So I'm on Doyle and Tovar. Toglia. Toglia is hitting for power. K rate is kind of high, but it ain't as high as I would imagine. Toglia is in play just for just for real, just in general. Um, Confronto's smack Contra and Quills earlier for a bomb. All right, let's see. Let me see something real fast. Hold up. Confronto is 1 for 3 with a home run. Soler 1 for 4. Chapman 1 for 4. Tovar's 4 for 9, 4 singles versus him. Estrada 3 for 8. Let's just look at him, right? Let's just look at him. Let's just look at him. So since we got a picture now, we didn't have a picture at first. So who is it? Cal Cruncher. Oh, Cal Cruncher. Cal versus Cal. Okay. And of course, it's not popping up. Cal Cruncher is better. Oh, CAL. That's why. Cal Cruncher was better than he was this year than he was last year. Sinker splitter curve. Sinker splitter. Oh, shit. I gotta switch to the giant. This is versus righties. Hmm. Not many pair beta passes versus this mix. Let's move it up a little bit. Let's go 6 weeks. 6 weeks, more plate appearances. People start looking a little better. Let's come back in 3 weeks. Less plate appearances though. Not in the big sample size. They must have been seeing a lot of righties as of late. Last 2 months. Last 2 months. Last 2 months. 8 for 20 for Ramos. 2 home runs. Uh, like one on here. Let's come back to full. Let's come back to a month. Let's go to the lefties, right? Let's see. My way need to get his usual spot back in the lineup, man. He looks good, but he been hurt. Oh, I'm sorry. That's what it was. I gotta reiterate this shit. Um, Archer was a righty. Damn, I gotta redo this shit. Sorry. So I gotta relook at that shit one more time. Disregard that. Disregard that. Disregard that. Yeah. That's interesting. He's pitching his worst. Yeah, I went over the weather a little earlier, but it didn't say it was that bad though, Tiff. Didn't say it was that bad. Didn't say it was that bad. Didn't say it was that bad. I gotta redo that. I gotta redo that. I'm sorry, guys. Versus right hand hitters. Let's go one more time. Um, now, okay. Now, okay. Who said what? I'm glad I caught that. Confronto. Okay. Unfortunately. So, Chapman, batting average is terrible. Ramos. 3 bombs. That's 6 weeks. Let's bring it back into the last month. Ramos, 3 bombs. 4%. Oh, yeah. Ramos. Definitely Ramos. I'm taking Ramos here. Trying to get some batters in. Yeah, I'm taking Ramos there, right? Taking Ramos in that spot right there. A chance for a light rain late, likely hold south. So that's the weather right there. Yeah, hello. Yeah, we taking him. St. Louis, Atlanta, a chance for us light rain late, likely hold south. So we should be good. Just keep on checking. So yeah, I'm looking at Ramos there. So I'm definitely gonna add Ramos. And that's probably gonna be it, right? For me on righties. On the lefties here, I would be adding I don't know. I don't think I'll be adding anyone. It'd probably just be Ramos for me. Sinker, splitter, cutter. Confronto. Okay, there goes your boy, MPZ. Confronto entered the chat. So he's been 308 versus that with the K percentage looks really, really good. Hard hit. So Confronto is in play, right? I'll have to look at Confronto. Let's move it in a little bit. Let's see, this goes 3 weeks. Confronto, let's go to the last week right here. So Confronto, I guess. Yeah, Confronto. Yeah, Confronto. Yeah. 2-2. I would be, and you can add, who you said, Tiffany Tovar. You can add him for power. And yeah, that's how it's gonna be looking for me. So I like y'all checking it out. Y'all check it out. Let's see. Let's add them, right? Let's add Ramos. Toglia. She said Toglia. That's what she said. I'm taking them to work with me, so I'll just go ahead and when the lineups come out and I'm at work, I'll be able to figure out how I want to do these guys. Figure out how I want to put them together. Over under 10.5 in this one. It's okay weather. I don't know. Me personally, it's either overs or nothing for me when I bet on those guys. This team. What's up, Sid? What's going on, Sid? Next thing we're looking at here is going to be I didn't look at the Angels, which I should look at the Oakland side. Don't have a pitcher. Right? Could look at the Oakland side. I'm just skip over it, right? Um, Astros, right? So the Astros, what I was looking at here was I was definitely looking at Hunter Brown. That's what I'm focused on, Hunter Brown here. So lately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 straight games, he's hit his pitching outs, including versus Seattle right here, right? So I can just filter this to his last 10. So he's been on fire with his pitching outs. Okay. Parlay piece, 17.5. Loser is a parlay piece if you want. We do know we pick on Seattle, right? So Seattle versus right-hand pitching. We already know what the deal is, right? Number one strikeout team. What was that last month? What's been going on the last month, right? Let's see. Still number one last month. 80 WRC plus bodes well for the pitching gals. Last 2 weeks, I think they've been hitting a little bit better. 30% K rate last 2 weeks. 101 WRC plus though, a little bit higher, right? A little bit higher WRC plus. Look at Boston. Woo. So either way it go, you gotta look at him in some shape, form, or fashion. So his last 10 games, he hit his pitching outs, his strikeouts. Last time he faced this team, he had 9 Ks. That was on June 28th. May 28th. Hasn't seen him since, but he had 9 Ks, and it is what it is, right? So it's just like a pick your poison type of thing if you want to look at it, however you want to look at it. Didn't check Hunter Brown splits. I will. He will be on the road. He does have a higher ERA on the road. Righties is where pitching is worst at in general. Away versus righties, on the road he's pitching worse. So if you want to temper expectations, I can see that. He's got a 272 batting average on the road versus lefties and a 345 batting average on the road versus righties. His K percentage is fine at 25% or 24%, but man, he's got a high batting average, right? So I'm forced to look. I don't give out Seattle bats, but now I'm forced to look at Seattle bats, right? So I'm forced. So let's take a look here. Who the fuck is that Hunter Brown? Let's see if we can see if somebody looks good, right? He throws a lot of fucking pitches. Fastball, sinker, splitter, all that shit, man. I ain't got time for all this shit. On at the lefties. So all this shit here, like, that's all that's strikeout. I can't even go. So the lefties getting struck the fuck out, right? The righties is too though. So let me see what the righties doing, right? It's probably gonna be oh wait a minute. Wait. Damn, Rodriguez. That's the last 3 weeks. Rodriguez looked good. Ooh. Julio. Shit, last month, 4 weeks. Okay. 13 for 31. Okay. Only 1 home run, but okay. Let's add Julio. At least for a hit. Just a hit, maybe. Just a hit until further notice. Just to get him in there. Right? Let's see. About the last 2 weeks, though. Just let's see. Damn. Versus pitch mix, he's 8 out of 10. Shit. What is he hitting? Let me see. Let me take the sinker off. That's what it was. The sinker. His name ain't even up there. The sinker. Cutter. How often he's doing the sinker? Okay, that's his top pitch. So I'm gonna leave him there. So that's it. There. That's it. Tiffany said for the Blade, Rooker, and Zach Kaloff. You gotta watch out for them boys there, man. Them boys, they've been, yeah. I know they're gonna come around. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out on Julio here, man. He's throwing that sinker 40% of the time. That's Julio's favorite pitch, right? He's up there 8 to 10. He's 8 to 10 versus the sinker. So if I take the fastball down and I take the cutter down and just leave that sinker up there, that's what it is for Julio. It's the sinker for him, right? So he's like, yeah, it's the sinker for me. Let's go back to the month. He's 10 to 16 from that sinker, 5% K rate. Yeah, so that's 2 months. It's good to know. Good to know. He loves that sinker. He really does. All right, so Julio. Okay. Let's take a quick glance at Oakland one time. Who's pitching? I don't have a pitch. I can't really look at it. I don't have a picture, but I'll be watching. I'll be waiting. They're going up against their bullpen, so it might be a bullpen game. If so, I mean, a lot of people going to be in play. And then Boston game here. It was who did I have to the side? This Boston game, I had so what it was Stone, right? Stone pitching his worst to his righties, right? I want to say, so let's get this shit together. He got 293 batting average to righties at home, Gavin Stone. Okay? On the flip side, the lefties are the ones that hit his pitch mix well. So it's a few things you got to consider on how you want to attack things here. Okay, so you got Gavin Stone versus lefties. So plenty green, right? Devers, Duran, Masaka. What's up? Subway ID was good. Devers, Duran, Masaka. I mean, those guys over the course of a month, those guys look really, really good. Pretty green there. Pretty green there. Hamilton, 250 batting average, but he's got a 28% K rate. William Abreu, damn, they got a 50% K rate. He will strike out, but for the most part, Devers, Duran, Yasaka, those guys look good. Over 300 batting averages versus his pitch mix. Duran has Devers has 5 home runs, 10 hard hit with 4 launched. Y'all ready to go? All right, just give me a minute, fam. All right, then. So these guys look good. The top 3 guys: Masaka, Duran, and Devers. If you want to close in on the last few, Devers would probably be my top bat here, right? Last 3 weeks, Devers, Masaka, they get numbers get better. Everybody's 8 for something. 8 for 22, 8 for 25, 8 for 20. Respectable K rates there, So last 2 weeks here. So Hamilton, starting to look a little better here. But Dominic Smith stepped into the conversation here at 455 batting average with Devers with a 15% K rate. So just gotta average it out, see who it is, right? So because Hamilton and Duran, Abreu and Hamilton got big time K rates, 40% or better. Dominic Smith, 5 for 11 in the last 2 weeks with a couple home runs, 3 extra base hits, 15% K rate, looks really, really good. Even down here to Yasaka and Jaron Duran, these guys look really, really good. So at the end of the day, lefties look good versus this pitch mix. And the pitcher is pitching his worst versus righties. So he's got 290 batting average versus righty. So at the end of the day, it should make for a good game, right? I looked at, Freddie Freeman, Ohtani, those guys are who they are, right? I couldn't just, Devers got to be the number 1 guy here. 417 batting average, 737 weight WOBA, BABIP 333, 917 isolated power, 106 exit velo, 33 batting barrel percentage with damn near 90 hard hit, 27% K rate is really, really high. But Devers, you can't deny Devers. He's entering that range to where you don't even have to talk about him no more. You know what I'm saying? Like the judges and all this shit. It's either you're gonna get to him or not. By all these lefties looking good, the number 1, number 2, 1A, 1B bet that goes on versus these guys. Between these guys like Devers, he's always projected to bet in that 4 slot with Duran, Hamilton, and striking out ass Abreu in front of him. He's definitely in a RBI spot. Then you got guys like Masaka, who is looking good, who can possibly bring in guys like Devers, so he can be in a hit or RBI spot as well. Got guys down the line. So when the lineup's confirmed, you already know your personnel. That's the name of the game. Know your personnel and what they can do. And then when the lineups drop, if the matchup's right, you already know what you can take people for. Duran, definitely, he can end up being an RBI guy. He can be hits, runs, and RBI. You want to take him for 2 runs, some shit like that. Shit like that. You just knowing what happens. He's going to see the most bats no matter what because he's leadoff. You know what I'm saying? Good chance for him to, David Hamilton gets on base, steal bases and shit like that. He can be in play for some runs, stolen bases, shit like that. So it's a lot. And like I said, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, big time history versus this pitcher, Nick Pivetta. I didn't even look at Nick Pavetta's strikeout stuff. He's got tremendous K stuff. I didn't even look at that. I'll have to look at that a little bit later on. But at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking at. How I'm looking at it, right? For me, it's a lot of waiting on lineups to come out. I get all my ducks in a row throughout the day because I do bet hits, runs, and RBI prop. I do bet the individual runs, individual RBIs, and stuff like that. So, still working on my volume. I play a lot of plays. Still working on my volume, but they most for the most part they're the right plays, right? Quick look at the bats again before I get out of here. Quick look at the bats again. Good discussion. Whatever the case may be, this Diamondbacks game. Like I said, for the Cubs game, for the bases, he always comes through for the bases for you. I feel you. For the Cubs game, you say Nico, a run and a hit is good money. Has a hit in 9 of his last 10 and 7 of his last 10 versus the D-backs. Nice. And I'm not a big fan of Ryan Nelson. I'm starting off with the basket I have to the side here. I'll say Suzuki was probably the number 1 overall for the Cubs. And then Bush and Happ. And I didn't add Nico, but I talked about Nico. Nico did look kind of okay, right? His strikeout numbers are going up a little bit more, but he did look okay, right? So at the end of the day, I still think they're gonna hit Ryan, right? I didn't put any Diamondbacks bats over here because I'm kind of scared. It's a good pitching matchup. At the end of the day, Diamondbacks, they do hit this fastball, which he throws this fastball over 60% of the time to righties. This is going to be maybe the best thing win. Maybe the batters or the hitters, it's going to be a toss-up for me. I'm scared to put my money on any Diamondbacks bats here. Philadelphia, Trey Turner and Alec Bohm was the ones that looked really, really good to me. Trey Turner, Alec Bohm. Nola, I can see him getting a strikeout, so I'm not betting it. Brian Reynolds and O'Neill Cruz, I could actually take Cruz off this. I could take Cruz off and just solely go with Brian Reynolds. He's good at baseball. I can't deny what he's been doing, right? He looks great versus the pitch mix, so it is what it is. Garrett Cole, I can see instances where you want to go to his strikeouts. I can see instances where you go to his outs. I'll be looking at his outs even if it's a parlay piece at 17.5. Riley Green, Winsor Perez, Cole Keith, the lefties looked great. These guys, all 3 of those guys, strikeout rate was down in the teens, lower teens at that. So, okay, I seen Hap numbers as well jump out to me as well. Enjoy your time with your family, my guy, and let's cast this book today for sure. Riley Green, Winsor Perez, Cole Keith, the lefties look really, really good. Of course, the top bat would probably be Riley Green. Cole Keith has been on fire as of late. Versus pitch mix in the last 4 weeks, he's probably got 1 home run. But in the last 2 weeks, he's probably got 5 or 6 home runs overall. Those, versus all the pitches, whatever the case may be. The only righty that I would consider going to would be for a hit or something like that would be Matt Verlin going off. I mean, not going off, leading off, right? That's all Detroit. If I had to take a bat, Vladimir Guerrero, it would be Vladdy, right? Self-explanatory. But I don't know I still don't know if I'm going to go there, but it would be Vladdy. Hunter Brown, outs. His strikeouts are in play. Keep in mind, he's giving up I think it's the lefties on the road or whatever. It's, where they at? Yeah, on the road, I think the lefties like a 270 batting average, and then to righties maybe the 3-something, or maybe vice versa. You can go check that out. I forgot off the top of my head. But I'm definitely looking at those guys. And then Julio Rodriguez looked really, really good versus that one pitch was that, I forgot. But that one pitch, he's killing it. Y'all already know. We just went through the shit. Brennan Doyle, Ezequiel Tovar, Confronto Ramos, and then Taglia, right, for power. Now, don't get it twisted. This whole game should be good for home runs and all that shit because it's Coors Field. If you don't know about Coors Field produces the most home runs, right? The ping pong ball in there, right? In Great American ballpark, whatever you want to call it. So both of those teams, ballparks produce runs. Brennan Doyle and Tovar numbers look really, really good. Ramos, definitely look at him for hits, runs, and RBIs, multiple bases, and a bomb, whatever the case may be. Shout out to the chat. Pointed out Confronto. He's got a bomb off Quantro, and his numbers looked okay, right? But you still got guys like Soler and other guys that can hit a bomb as well. All right, so guys are there. And then we just talked about this. So Devers, Duran, Yoshida looked the best. Basically, all these guys are in play. Truthfully, it's up to they hitting this pitch mix well. Don't know how Gavin Stone's going to do today. But this versus this pitch mix, the Red Sox are really good versus this pitch mix. And then Gavin Stone as a pitcher, his pitching's worse versus righties. These guys who I have listed right here, they're lefties. And then, like I said, Freddie Freeman and whatever the guy's name is, Ohtani, they just good at baseball, right? C.J. Abrams, gotta like him. Hits, runs, and RBIs all the way up to a home run. I didn't even look at the red side, and I can't forget the lefties from Cleveland. I forgot to put them down. The lefties from Cleveland are in play. Ramirez, they're in play, right? They're in play. So India in motion for 2 hits or 2 plus bases. So that goes back to what I said. I didn't even look at the Reds. You guys can take your time to look at Reds. Thanks for letting me know that. I might consider that. If you guys got any plays, come back and drop them in the comments, bro. Other things that I would consider here would be if you even want to tease down Philadelphia's team total to a 4.5, to a 4 in parlays at a -1 something, a minus early 200s, bankroll builder, whatever the case may be my guess. I do think traffic will be on the bases here in Cincinnati. Hits, runs, and RBIs, things like that. Oh, the New York Mets. I didn't even talk about them, but Vientos, Alvarez, shit. Let me see. Lindor, Alvarez, Vientos, and Beta looked good, and you can't. Pete Alonso was 3 for 12. Those 3 were home runs. J.D. Martinez can pop out at any time. Brandon Nimmo can pop out at any time. I just not just looking at it. I just expect runs, right? I expect runs here. You can look at the team total as favorite to the under. Like I said, you can also alter the team total, take it at a 3.5 to -170. I think that's something that you can look at there, right? Team totals could be in play there. If I'm taking a side here, would probably be the Mets or nothing, but Miami Marlins can find ways to put up runs here and there. If you think the Mets can put up runs, you can also look at the over. No matter what team you like, you're going to get a decent number on the money line. That should, and if you're just feeling froggy, you can take one of these guys on the run line. But I expect runs and traffic on the basis there. Hits, runs, and RBIs. If I had to take a few guys in hits, runs, and RBIs, I would probably take Lindor hits, runs, and RBIs for the simple fact that he's a switch. He's gonna be valuable either way it go. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Oh, Alvarez is not striking out. I don't think he's striking out. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Versus that pitch mix, he ain't striking out. Vientos is a high strikeout ass motherfucker, but he can pop out, right? So it is what it is. Yeah. And that just about sums it up right there, man. Sums it up. I will put out a ticket soon, and I'm gonna be dropping off some shit in the members only over there on YouTube, right? The community tab. I will drop something in there. Long ass stream. It ain't gonna be long like this tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you that shit and going forward. But since we back, I just wanted to get back and talk some shit with the fam. All right. That being said, guys, peace out. Peace.